Hello, everybody. We're Fuse Nature. I'm Subject B.
And I'm Subject A. Welcome.
And yeah, on today's episode, we're gonna talk concerts.
Yeah.
Or concert, and then we're gonna talk about the future. We're gonna explore different topics linked with the future, and we're gonna give our opinion. May not be correct, probably, but still. So, yeah, first, this Thursday, I went with my girlfriend to Amsterdam, and we saw John Mayer.
John Mayer.
Yes.
The man.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sweet.
It's been a lot of years that I've wanted to go. He did, I think, 2 years ago, just an American tour. And now he's here again, solo. No band, just him, and it was pretty good. The only things actually, it's not one that I did not quite enjoy were like the seats. They just were not designed. The venue was not suited for this type of concert because like the stage was all the way in the back and the seats were pretty small and you had to be sideways and like my whole left side was twitching after that.
So you had to be like rotating?
Yeah,
towards
like that.
Ah.
Yeah.
Where was it? In the Ziggo Dome?
Yeah.
That's great. That's kind of unusual there. Okay.
And yeah, we were on like the left side and the stage was in the middle. So I don't know, maybe I'm saying this because of the Roger Waters concert because
also there.
No, it was in Cologne. But the venue was huge.
Was it a stadium?
I mean, not a stadium, but like a closed hall for sports and stuff like that. And it had like 5 more floors than the Ziggo Dome. And the stage was in the middle, and I mean the whole stage was totally different because it was like 360.
So, nice.
Yeah.
In the center. It was,
and he also walked like the stage had like 4 corners, like a plus, and he was rotating every like couple songs on different sides, so he faces different parts of the venue.
That sounds super cool.
Yeah.
But it wasn't like that with John Mayer.
No, it was pretty basic, and actually the tickets were like 30 euros more expensive
than the Roger Waters one.
Yes.
Interesting, dude.
And Roger Waters was only no supporting act, and
nobody opened.
Yeah. And he went on like 3 hours.
Damn.
And John Mayer felt like he was cutting like time short.
How long was John Mayer actually?
I don't know, like hour and I don't know if it was hour and a half, but around that time. The opening, like Madison Cunningham, was pretty legit.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty good guitar player.
Yeah.
And also her voice, he could hit like high notes.
Cool.
And
how was the crowd? Did the crowd react well to her?
Not that much.
Because she was unknown. No?
Yeah.
That's very douchey from the public.
But yeah, and she also started playing while people were still getting seated. So that was I don't know because
cool.
Yeah, there was also a post from John Mayer to do not miss out on her performance.
Yeah, so disrespectful, no?
I mean, and also like I think she just started too early because on the ticket it says that it starts at 8.
Okay.
And she was like she already had started at 8.
So then the dot. She started.
Yeah.
Okay. In a way, it's cool, but we all know that in concerts, you arrive there and you wait for a while until sometimes it's an hour delay, no? Yeah, I remember a guy saying that. Where is he? Did he took the train here or what? in another, it was a TikTok event, but German guy anyway. What is your favorite song of John Mayer, or favorite songs?
Favorite song is "Good Love Is on the Way."
Yeah.
Yeah, with the John Mayer trio, and he sang that on the second night. He was in Amsterdam.
What do you mean second night?
He had 2 dates.
Ah, okay. So
And
not the same songs
no,
from one night, not the same songs in one night
no,
than in the other one.
no, and that was kind of shitty because even like he had picked his some of his most famous ones and put them in the first night, but then some of again the famous ones he left them for the second night.
Ah, that's kind of douchey,
Yeah,
man.
that's pretty not cool.
Not cool at all, man.
And even he was at one time, at one point in the concert, he was like, "Okay, who's gonna be here tomorrow as well?" And some people were
Giving
like,
himself
"No!" Yeah, I mean,
shit, man.
good for those guys, but
No, but it was an expensive ticket,
yeah,
and you're paying for an experience, and you're expecting that. Well, the idea of having several dates is that everybody enjoys the same experience,
Yeah.
not that the experience is.
Yeah, he was like,
diversified.
"Okay, go pay for." He actually was like, "Oh," because people were shouting names of the songs, and he was like, "Okay, that's pretty good ideas. Good that I have 2 dates here, so I can play more." Which, if you look at it like this, yes, but it kind of seemed like a money grab.
Seems like that. Definitely. I mean, I know that he also is an artist that has a lot of work, and there might be justification to kind of distribute the songs to 2 dates, but in a way, it's kind of douchey too. You know? Like for having an experience from how much was the ticket?
I got ones for 120 each.
So now you have to pay 240 to actually get the full experience.
Yeah.
So Gravity was in the other date?
Yes.
Shit.
And he did Slow Dancing in a Burning Room, the first. Then that wasn't in the second.
Okay, well, anyway. That's crazy, man. That's crazy. And how was he? Like, how was the sound? Was it good? Like the audio quality?
Yeah, it was good. And also, he had like some moments where he was trying to be funny, but it was like a boomer humor. So it wasn't really
Boomer
landing.
humor. Or millennial.
Yeah. So he had like a part where he was playing Your Body is a Wonderland.
I was, yeah.
And he was like, okay, so younger me left this part now that's very hard in the song, and he's playing it, and he plays it correctly, or like what would you expect? And he was like, take that, younger me, and like these were the jokes.
I got it. Yeah. Okay. And how did the people react? First, what type of people were there? Like what ages normally?
I so mainly girls and and couples. That's it.
Got it.
And
were they old or your age?
There were some old, like I don't know, 50 was the
top.
Yeah.
Okay.
Actually, on the front row there was a granny. Yeah.
Hot for John.
Yeah, so she paid more than like 1,000 euros.
Damn, she's a true fan.
People, yeah,
a true
people
fan.
There are
my European granny. This for you. Oh wow!
But he also said apparently Amsterdam is the third city, the like where he gets most listens from.
Ah, really?
Yeah, in the world.
So that's why he had to also be part of that. Put this in the tour. Makes sense. And how was it in terms of like the visuals?
The visuals were kind of not landing. Because it was just a screen, and then he splits. It's a split screen, and on one side it's him playing, and then on the other side like different images, not images, but like a video flowing, but the two things does not they do not correspond with each other.
Wow!
So it was just like a random visual.
So from 0 to 5, how would you rate your experience in the concert?
4.
A 4?
Yes.
Because it's John Mayer.
Yeah.
You're a fan.
And
That's cool,
I also
man.
like
That's good.
I like the opening.
Yeah. You said that she was pretty decent.
Yeah.
So,
So
cool.
yeah.
Then it's not that bad. No. So it's worth the money. You think?
But I wouldn't pay if there are 2 dates again, and I know that shit's gonna happen. I'm not gonna get the tickets if I'm not gonna listen to the songs I want to listen.
You heard that, John? Think about it, man. This is your people. This is your people. Yeah. And since when have you been a fan of John Mayer? What was your history with John Mayer?
So when I was like playing guitar, and I just
how old were you? Sorry.
I think 8th grade.
Okay.
Or 9th grade.
So that's like 12, 13?
More.
16?
Yeah, 15, 16, something
cool.
like that.
Cool.
And and yeah, I just listened to Waiting on the World to Change, and I wanted to learn it, and then after that I just started learning John Mayer songs.
That's cool. And how did you say, because at least of what I know you, or what I heard, I think he's like one of your favorites.
Yeah, he used to be my favorite one until last year.
Aria?
Yeah.
When you switched to this other guy, no?
Jeff Rosenstock.
Yeah. Gotcha. He became your voice.
Yes.
Good. Yeah, John Mayer is a hell of an artist, definitely, and he has good guitar skills. Definitely very good guitar skills. He sings well.
Yeah. He didn't play almost any electric. I think he only had a piano. I don't remember. I think I don't remember the song. But then he had like a looped piano and just played the solo of the song on electric. And this was like the only electric guitar part for the whole night.
Did you cry?
No.
No?
But I cried on Pink Floyd.
You cried on Pink Floyd?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool. That's nice.
Because for Wish You Were Here, he had like on the screens a story about Syd Barrett and how they were signing I think their first record or second, and they were in Los Angeles. And at the time, Syd Barrett had already been not okay, and at a stoplight, he had said to Roger Waters, "Isn't it nice in Las Vegas when they're in Los Angeles?"
So he was already kind of losing it.
Yeah.
Oh shit. Oh wow.
That was that kind of.
And you were like, man. Yeah. What did you thought when you saw that? What did you felt?
I mean, it was very, very, I don't know, tragic, because losing literally your best friend and you being able to tell that they're not okay and to see them this way, obviously.
Yeah, to see him start to fade away.
Yeah.
It's gotta be brutal, man. That's rough. Wow, what a concert, man! And the fact that he went out there and he shared that story with the public, that's very deep. That's cool. Cheers to him. It's incredible that the topic was, okay, let's talk about John Mayer and the concert. We end up talking about Roger Waters.
Yeah, I mean,
no problem.
Yeah, just the Roger Waters, I think's my best concert to date.
You mentioned something about this. That's cool. That's nice. And so what did you do after the concert? But by the way, so what was your day? How was your day before that? Because whenever there's a concert, I guess for millennials, either you were working or with the family, and then you go to the concert. But I think, did you have like a previous experience, or how was it?
So we just went we went with a bus, and the stop was like really close to the venue.
Okay.
And then we wanted to go to a park with cherry blossom trees.
Yeah?
Yeah, so we went there, and it was fucking cold, like very cold. We had thin jackets on because we thought
it's gonna be fine.
Yeah, the previous day was pretty like 15, 16.
Never trust the Dutch weather, man.
And yeah, so okay. Also, my girlfriend went to buy like a sweatshirt to not be cold.
Where did you buy the sweatshirt?
At a second-hand store.
That's very hipster. Yes. That's hipster as it comes, man.
And then we went to the place. We kind of walked around the village it was in. And after that, we just headed back to the place.
To the
Yeah.
slowdown.
We ate pizza and drank some beers, and the bar was where it was pretty close to the Ziggo, and every monitor in the bar had John Mayer picture, like the same one on the monitors, and they were playing John Mayer.
Okay, so they were getting you ready,
Yeah.
warmed up for it. All right. But then you had a good time after all. Nice. And in your concerts that you've been to, how would you rank this one?
Probably third place.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Ah, okay, so pretty good space. Yeah, that's nice. That's very cool. Very cool. He has been to Mexico, I think. Oh, he's been around a lot, no? I think he tours a
Even
lot.
with the Grateful Dead, he's been.
Oh yeah?
I think a lot of them. I think the summers he does a festival there with them, but I'm not sure.
Okay, cool. Haven't heard much of them actually, so I don't know much about it. But that's cool. The highlight for me. I mean, I think that's actually one of the things that made me start listening to his music more. Was back in 2005 or 2006. I don't actually remember the date when he was with Alicia Keys in the Madison Square Garden. No, not Madison Square Gardens, but in this main spot in New York where there's a lot of advertising.
That was later.
Maybe, yeah.
Okay.
I got no clue actually in the date, but I think that was a hell of a show. And then I started to listen to more of his music. I like it, and then I knew that he was playing with Dave Chappelle, and he started to appear in a lot of series and in sitcoms and everything. And he started to explode. And cool.
He did a song for Cars.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Really? The like Pixar.
Yeah.
Cars. Yeah. Which one? The second one or
the first one?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's in the end credits. Maybe it was a cover, but I'm not sure.
That's cool.
He sings the song.
That's cool. Mr. Mayer. All right. That's nice.
He also has a song for that movie with Morgan Freeman and I don't remember who else where they're dying. And Morgan Freeman's broke his fucking the other guy. Bucket List.
With Jack Nicholson.
Yeah.
No?
So
cool.
he has the song there as well.
And a bunch of his songs appear in a bunch of movies. No, he's a pop icon. No, yeah. But he's a blues artist. No, you say mainly.
Pop, but if he wants, he can. Yeah.
He can blues.
Yeah.
He can do blues. Cool. That's amazing how blues has evolved. When I was doing some volunteering for this guy, we would see a documentary of the evolution of blues. Have you seen The Origins of Blues?
No.
It's the struggle of African Americans in the U.S. And it's about they are talking about their everyday type of experiences with religion, with sometimes overexploitation, inequality, and it's about being blue. It's about being sad, about a loved one that you can never reach, about a situation that you cannot overcome, and it has a lot of soul in it also. And it became a type of movement. But if you were a blues artist, you were kind of chastised from society. You were not then welcome into the gospel societies. You were not really part of the church. You were not very well seen in society. But we see like fantastic musicians, now B.B. King, for example, and some other artists before him. And that was a hell of a documentary. And I really didn't understand what blues represented, because I don't know what you think about this, but I think that great music genres represent the struggles of the people. And that's when they get a lot of energy. They become the voice of a generation, and then they become...
That's why pop sucks?
I think, yes, I think that's why rock started to die. I think that's why pop never really hit home, because they're not really, they are something that you can relate to, but it doesn't touch your soul. It doesn't really speak about your struggles or your life. I think that's why hip hop and rap became so important. And now they're starting to fade away because they're becoming very superficial and materialistic. And again, the same happened to rock, the same happened to many things. And now the voice of the people is reggaeton. No, I wish, but no, not really, not right. But no, total respect. I like reggaeton and everything, but I don't think necessarily it's the voice of the people. Maybe some horny people, it is the voice of them. Maybe, yes. But I don't see how it, but maybe some other, at least in Mexico there's something called regional, where this artist, very famous guy called Peso Pluma, he sings about. But he sings about not only that, he speaks about experiences with narcos, experiences also with love and stuff like that. And I think people resound with that, and that's why it has that much momentum. And instrumentally, very nice. Lyrics, kind of sucks. All respect, but the lyrics, they don't. I don't. In my opinion, they don't have depth. But yeah.
What's the most fucked up shit you've seen in Mexico or been a part of?
Being a part of, I don't know. I think I did many. I mean, I did many wrong things, but in terms of relationships and things like that.
No, not in terms of relationships. Like illegal.
No,
that you can say, for example,
but without being pinned down. I don't think I was really involved in anything super messed up. I would steal some stuff when I was a teenager and a kid, candies, then toys.
The most fucked up you know about, like from a not necessarily a person close to you,
yeah,
but a person you know.
I know. I mean, one of my partners, some of his family members, unfortunately, they were into the drug business. And funny enough, because there was also some politics inside that, but and again, because politicians are very correlated sometimes in Mexico with drugs and drug dealing, mainly because there's a lot of money, there's a lot of power in that. And I might say something very drastic, but it's very hard for a Mexican politician to get into power and not already have a type of agreement with drug dealers. But I know I'm saying something super intense, but I think that's kind of the thing. So what we saw, we were sometimes doing parties with them, and yeah, you would have the teenagers with guns around in the surveillance.
So you, just to clarify, that's because you had a company?
Yeah, we had we were doing a DJ and karaoke service, and we were also doing like social events, organizing them. But our core business was definitely the DJ service, audio, and the karaoke. And for that, we were sometimes hired by people, and we would go to their houses. In some of the parties, because we had the equipment, we would bring the equipment to these people. Okay. And 2 of them died. They were shot down, and they were killed. Yeah,
2 of the people in your company?
Not in the company, but one of my partners, his family members or close relatives or distant relatives, I don't really know, that they because they weren't part of the business, they were shut down. And it's kind of normal. The average lifespan of a drug dealer or somebody of a cartel is not very high in Mexico. And that was messed up. Also in events, another of my partners went to an event where there was like Colombian people and Mexican people and like exotic dancers or exotic ladies. And they were giving tips in dollars, no, and stuff like that. And it was a surreal scenario. That was, that was out there in that sense. And you see a lot of these things also in nightclubs and in places like that. It was common that we would go to a nightclub and you will hear gunshots. In Mexico City, in some regions of Mexico City, it's common in the night that you hear gunshots and stuff like that. And maybe I wasn't involved in something like that, but I have seen the bodies being like hanging from a bridge, no? Like
you were passing under the bridge? Or
yeah. You're passing, let's say, in the car, getting inside the city, and you see bodies hanging from a bridge. yeah. In freaking 21st century, you still see that shit in Mexico. And that's not the whole thing. I mean, in Christianity, for example, there were sometimes pastors whose family members or members of the band, of the music for the church, they were killed or heads cut off and shit like that. A lot of those types of things you see sometimes in some regions of Mexico. And it's a wild thing. It's a wild topic. And I think people should also start to raise their voice about it because it's not something we should tolerate anymore. And I think there's been conversations about that. But unfortunately, either the government cannot have a short-term result strategy about this, or they don't care, or I don't know what's going on. But it is kind of tense sometimes, those types of things. So those things I have seen, and they're very weird. They're gross in that sense. It freaks the shit out of you. But such is life. It's, you live life with high intensity, and that's how it goes. And so yeah, that's what I've seen. What is the thing that the most messed up you have been part of or have seen? or something like that?
I can think of the story I already told you about a girl that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, the stabbing, the one that stabbed.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's wild. That's wild. Yeah. And well, right now we even have another story, but we will tell that. I don't know how much time we have here. If we can fit it in the conversation, we will. Otherwise, we'll do a second part and we will share another story. We'll go deeper into that
Did
one.
I already tell here on the podcast about a girl that was killed on our street?
No, yeah. That's why we even made a joke that seems that you're the problem, that people are dying around you. Yeah, but that's crazy, man. This is called like feminicides, no? Like assaults or crimes addressed towards women, no? And but she died. Did she die?
Yeah, she died.
Shit.
The other thing is that on the street there's like columns with like posters saying that the street is watched 24/7 with cameras by the police, and this shit still happened.
Wow, man, that's wild. I don't know if you can avoid all of the things, but definitely there's something there to check out, no? Or there's somebody there outside of the law. Whoa, that's crazy, and I think that's a good intro for the main topic of here, because so understanding these things and understanding where are we at now as humanity, and for yourself, what do you think about the future? First as an individual, and second, about in society.
I don't know what to think about the future. Is like for me, because I don't know. For example, for work, right now things are not looking the best. Because like when you look at LinkedIn, and for one job there are like 200 something applications.
Shit, yeah, man, that's a great topic, dude.
And yeah, that's it. So very uncertain, but we'll see in a couple years, I guess, if AI is
taking over.
Or it's just gonna be like a helping tool.
I got it. That's super interesting. This topic about work. I mean, from a perspective of time, I think people had to reinvent themselves professionally before every 10 years, and I think that period of time has been accelerating through the years. I mean, now it became 5 years, and before you say, okay, well, take a master, and with that I have already enough skill sets to kind of go out into the market, and then I get a job. No problem. Somebody's gonna wait for me to get a job, to give me a job. And now it becomes 5 years, and you say, well, okay, I'll get certifications, maybe a PhD. And now with AI and advancement of technology, and also the labor market, because of course we live here in the Netherlands, a lot of people want to come here and work here. Even also the locals want to get jobs, and they want to have high earning jobs, no? And so yeah, it seems quite uncertain. That's a great word that you're saying about it. Have you heard about what the VUCA world? Have you heard that? It's a term that I think it was made in the 80s about the American military. I think the American military came up with that term when they were making a study about foreign policy and globalization. And they were saying that the world is VUCA now. And VUCA is an acronym saying that it's volatile, it's uncertain, it's complex, and it's ambiguous. I think that's the acronym. And they were saying that these are the conditions that kind of describe the future now. So beforehand, you would have like certain stability, certain idea of what you were going to do, who you were, what was your role in society. And now with this uncertainty, complexity, then you don't have that clear. You need to constantly reinvent yourself in a way. So my personal opinion, I think I agree with what once Elon Musk said, that there was going to be a point where we won't be able to compete technologically or in terms of updating ourselves with AI, for example, and skill sets. So we will have to start to get implants to kind of like upload information, type of matrix type of idea. But what do you think about that? Is that like far-fetched? Is that messed up? Does that resound with you?
Yeah, I mean, that's okay. But, the main idea of the implants is a different...
Yeah, for now, Neuralink has like medical applications for it, no? Which is a good idea to start with the market with that side, to start to say like, yeah, let's just help people with paralysis or people that have certain dysfunctions or to connect certain parts of the brain. But later you could have certain other types of utilities.
Would you put a chip inside yourself?
I would love to suddenly just learn French,
Okay.
or suddenly just know everything there is about math, for example. But in another way, I think it would kind of mess up with my being. I think
if there were no side effects.
No, in the sense of like philosophically or ethically, like I don't. I
You
think,
wouldn't think about it because you would be so much more than everything and everybody.
Yes, and I think that the idea that you need to constantly be saturating yourself or be inserting information to yourself to kind of compete in a market is a bit inhuman in the sense of our role. I believe it's more to contemplate, to be inspired, to help each other, to solve things together.
But would you think do you think if the chips become accessible for everybody, and everybody is like the smartest they could be?
Yeah.
Do you think there would still be work? And
I don't know. I mean, I think that's a very good point. If we democratize this type of technology and we make it available for everybody, that would make this like a freaking utopia. Because everybody could do anything, literally, and then you can organize things as however you want. Therefore, you don't need any more certain types of roles or certain type of people, because back to a premise that I think Chomsky said it or somebody about the way to achieve power is through knowledge. So if we democratize knowledge and everybody has access to knowledge, then everybody has power. And if everybody has power, then everybody can make their own plan, their own life, their own companies, their own societies, their own groups. In that sense, wonderful. And that's a beautiful future to go ahead. What I seem to have a hint of is that with modern economics, is that there's going to be people that will be able to afford certain levels of knowledge or upgrades, and people that won't be able to afford certain upgrades and levels. And then there's going to be a huge gap between them. Like, we're going to be like just God right among men. Just like now.
Rich and the poor.
Yes. In terms of wealth, it's a good example of what is the gap now.
Yeah.
If you take the bottom of the bottom in the lowest country and you take the top of the top in the richest country, you see it's not even comparable. No, it's not even the same language. Not in the same language, and it's not even the same ball game. Let's say. Yeah? And so that type of inequality, I don't see it how it can be so positive, especially in a globalized world where there's immigration happening, where there's a global crisis in terms of climate change. So that wouldn't be a very nice scenario. And also, this system or that system that kind of creates that inequality kind of failed us. I mean, this is exactly what you're talking about. The opportunities that you used to have or seem to have as a guarantee are not longer available, because there are some people gambling with people's money and gambling with people's futures and gambling with people's lives. I mean, every day we see CEOs in their strategy to reduce costs and to implement efficiency, they are willing to sacrifice a shit ton of jobs.
Yeah.
The interest of the organizations is no longer on the benefit of their employees or their consumers anymore. It's just to maximize the profits that they have, which is a fantastic strategy under the current system, but it's super fucked up for the newer generations. And then you see a generation that gets depressed, that gets anxious, and that is messed up. I believe that that's unfair, and people need to start to become aware of that and start to get knowledge, to get power and take it back for themselves. So change that system. Yeah.
Do you think, to go back to AI? One last question.
No, great questions.
Do you think that AI is overhyped right now? And people just like to experiment with it because it's still new and like new AI stuff pops up.
Yeah.
And because like some of it is not even that great.
No.
So
no.
Do you think in the future, when it comes to a certain level that would look and feel like real, do you think that then people would stop using it that much or hype it that much?
Great question. I think that AI is going to have an effect in many aspects of our society, not only in terms of work, but in terms of the way we interact with content and the way we interact with digitally in a digital realm. For example, Answering your first question, I think that right now it's kind of overhyped. Definitely, I think that first of all, we don't really know what is the cutting edge AI technology, because that is kind of being researched until it can have a business model that they can translate into the consumers. You know this because you can share this a little bit more. You study. What do you study?
I already shared this.
Oh yeah, ICT. Yeah. Our bad, man. My bad. And sorry, guys. So so in that sense, I think it's kind of overhyped. I don't think actually AI is really smart currently. It's capable via machine learning to do certain tasks and do them well, but other tasks is still kind of clumsy.
Yeah.
But my access to AI technology is very limited. I don't have access to cutting edge technology of AI. And the other problem I think with AI right now, definitely it's a hardware problem. So what people kind of overestimate about AI is its capability and its capacity to actually perform, and it's not there yet.
But is it AI or like the system?
Yes, precisely. That's to power AI you need servers, and to power servers you need microchips. And right now we have a microchip crisis globally. So, and our microchips, although they are powerful, and NVIDIA, for example, is kind of like the spearheading this type of technology. It's not there yet in a point where you can have high performative AI in every part or in every function.
Okay.
Therefore, you cannot get the quality or the results that you would be expecting. Pretty much right now, if you want to have decent performance from AI, you would have to get your local server to do that. And that I don't think that's very affordable currently for people. Might be in the future. And it's exciting to see what will happen, for example, with AI, combining it with quantum computing, AI and combined with other types of functions, and AI type of and biological research. Because one thing I notice a lot of AI is it has certain assumptions of how certain things work, especially in large language models, but it doesn't yet, it is yet not programmed in a way of, for example, behavioral reactions. So it's not yet kind of mimicking human emotions or human reactions. It would be interesting to start to see AI that starts to grasp the concepts of shame, the concepts of embarrassment, or the same thing, right? But of anger, of desperation, those types of things.
Would you feel that these emotions are real?
I don't know. I don't even know if in myself it's kind of real sometimes.
Okay.
I couldn't judge that. And I also don't know if we're actually that capable of teaching that to something, because I don't think we yet understand ourselves that well. So it's a I don't know kind of answer to that. But I didn't answer your previous question. If it were a democratized technology that we could get implants, and in that we could get certain AI or certain upgrades. If it's democratized, I would consider it. Yeah. What would you get it?
I would
definitely. Yeah. What would be the first thing that we would do if you would have an insert in your brain?
I would. I don't know. Learn to hear notes, so I can play whatever I want whenever I want.
Oh, cool skill.
Yeah.
That's cool skill. Yeah. That's cool. That's nice. Yeah. Yeah, that's nice. And then what would you do?
Then just learn any instrument I wanna and play whatever I want.
You would just go into music.
Shit. Yeah.
And record shit?
Yeah. Because I would also be able to download all the tutorials.
Yeah. You will have all.
Yeah, and just have the skill like right now.
That's super cool, man. That's very noble. Actually, that's very cool. I would like to see you gather all this information. That would be nice. And that would be very cool. Actually, that's nice. I like that. I like that approach. That's a good hope. That's actually an optimistic perspective of it. Yeah. What do you think, for example? Not to go like very deep into like AI and the discussions of ethics and the moral behind it, but what is the potential? For example, you as a professional, how could AI help you to become a better professional? And if it's also, do you? But let's answer
for
that
now.
One first.
I don't know. For now, it's just documentation. He writes good document, like ChatGPT, for example, writes good documentation that you just need to tweak a little bit. But and also it helps with code sometimes. It just like a lot of times actually.
Yeah.
You just gotta know exactly what you need.
Cool.
And ask specifically what you need.
Yeah. Cool. And do you think that AI could make your job or your work obsolete?
Hmm, I don't see it for now,
Okay.
but it could maybe, yeah, could some like job places.
Yeah. Yeah. For example, in marketing or in content creation, it's kind of it gave us a huge hit, to be frank, because well, in my case, for example, I was kind of like the only marketing guy in the place I used to work, and maybe I didn't implement AI as much as I could, but definitely the job that 3 4 people were able to do before, now with AI and automation using Zapier and other types of tools, definitely simplified the part of the content creation and the social media strategy dramatically. Like, you don't need all these guys anymore. You don't need to write copies anymore. You got all these things working for you, and you can automatize these processes. And then from 3 guys or 5 guys or even a marketing department, you just need 1 or 2 to kind of oversee, and if it matches with the branding and these types of things. And eventually, I think we might be replaceable. At least marketing people, I think we're very replaceable from it. And now we can actually capitalize on the use of the technology for that. There used to be a big division of marketing, which is the digital marketing, which is like website creation and SEO, search engine optimization. And that, like, with current tools of AI, that they completely butchered that area of marketing. Not butchered, but it's just you can do it with AI, and you can do it pretty decently, let's say. So those things are going to change a little bit the perspective of how it's going to happen. My perspective of it is that, at least in jobs like business related or administrative jobs that have repetitive tasks, are in the brink of extinction in maybe 5 10 years. And a lot of people work in that, because a lot of people work in service industries, in product industries, and those people might be having to reevaluate their options. And governments are going to start to, if they're not doing it now, are going to have to start to do very strong regulation towards AI, the use of AI, not to limit it, but to have the right amount of taxes out of the companies that are behind it.
No.
So that those taxes, they can invest it back into the people that lost their jobs. I think that would be a smart approach towards it. And so that we can invest in inserts, and you can be a musician and record a lot of stuff.
And also the thing that happened with the actors and screenwriters.
Oh, great topic. Yeah, I love that one. Yeah.
How many days they were protesting?
Yeah.
Not to allow AI to take their jobs.
Yeah. True that. But which, by the way, is a bit silly to me, because the scripting and the capabilities of AI to write are good, but not great.
Yeah, but not only that, they could. I think what they were also afraid of was because the studios have all these like long videos of any actor, and they can just train AI to be this actor, so they can make any movie at any point in time with any actor.
Yeah. Good one. I think it's good that they legitimately resisted to it. Although maybe I sound very pessimistic about it, but you will eventually be able to just create AI actors. You don't need their faces anymore. So right now you can monetize on that, and they can resist it, but eventually you will be able to just create somebody out of the blue.
Yeah, but the thing is that it has to be, for example, Leonardo DiCaprio.
Yeah.
Because people know him, and if it's just a random AI created guy, no one would care.
I don't know. Like, there was in OnlyFans, this guy did an experiment, or this person did an experiment where this lady, I think they were using like Stable Fusion, or I don't remember the name of this software, to create this lady, and she was pretty looked realistic, and they were doing like OnlyFans content for it, and a shit ton of people were following it, man.
Yeah, but the movies, I think, at least for me, is way different, because like I go to see the movie not like for the actors
Mm.
and the director and the names behind it.
Yeah.
It's not just
Yeah.
for I like the trailer
Yeah.
and I go for it.
Yeah. So I don't think that. Well, again, we go back to capitalism, no? Because if your image becomes a merchandise that you can transact with or you can sign a contract about, then you're kind of fucked, no, in that sense. And I agree with you. And I also think that any actor or any type of artist should own their own image, should own their own person. And
Yeah,
should
I think that's what they actually were.
And I agree with that.
protesting.
And I think that's very valuable. And I also agree with you that even when AI becomes very sophisticated and human-like, there's always going to be something that we search from human to human in the sense of kind of finding ourselves in the human and seeing that reflection, at least for now. Maybe later we will be more open to other types of alternatives. My type of comment was more into going towards the future, like 20 years from now, let's say, when Leonardo DiCaprio is kind of old and all these actors are kind of getting out of that space. Maybe we will start to see some AI expressions that might be kind of legit. I don't know, but it's an interesting topic. These guys might be out of the window.
Yeah, but you also watch, for example, the Robert De Niro movies now because you know that he's old and he's not gonna have a lot of new movies coming out.
Yeah.
So that's also part of the, at least for me.
That's very cool, man. So you're saying the fact that we know that they have only a certain time to do whatever they do makes it very unique and special.
Yeah.
But what if AI would age?
Then I don't know.
That's interesting. Man, that's very cool, man. We're going somewhere. Huh? This is very interesting. I haven't thought about that one. If that is the case, again, I am in your team in the sense of I prefer right now 1,000 times to just see a human, especially in theater, where you see somebody take the shape of a character and transmit emotion. That's why you go to concerts also, no? To feel something.
And also with the music, when you know the guy is old and he's not gonna perform in 1 year, of course you're gonna go to his last concert.
Yeah, absolutely. This is a good point. That's a good point. Let's see how, if AI starts to understand type of human behavior and starts to mimic it, and let's see how that goes. But for the moment, you're not there. You're not there. Not you who's watching this. You know who we're talking to. And, that's very interesting, man. And about that topic and about content creation, I think that porn is gonna disappear maybe. Porn and OnlyFans by AI? Yeah, I think so.
It's gonna. I don't know, because now it's like very easily accessible.
Yes, it is, of course.
So why do you think it's gonna disappear if? I think obviously there's such a huge market for it.
No, absolutely. I think we're still gonna have a shit ton of porn. No, don't get me wrong. Even way more. But I don't think it's gonna be performed anymore by humans.
Okay.
It might be performed just by AI and fake images, and then we will have the rights of digital sex workers, no? Virtual sex workers or anything like that. And I think that also has to do with relationships and sex, because now that we are starting to develop technology of androids, of robots that start to look a lot like women and start to kind of feel a little bit more like women. They're kind of slow still and messed up, but imagine a future where you don't really need to that inside of the dynamics of men and women or people with people, there's kind of like it's not that easy sometimes to get sex. And if you just buy an Android, like really an Android, and it understands you and understands what you want, how you want it, how you need it, you might just go for that. You know, you might be like, why do I even need a girlfriend now? No, like why would I even go there if I have here like fake Veronica, no, like attending all my needs in that sense. I think that might change the dynamics of relationships in the future and sex in itself, like even the meaning of sex. That for me is something that is supposed to be a level of communication and exchange and intimacy, but for some people it's just as transaction. It's just like pumping semen out, no, and that's kind of like how it works.
Would the robot clean itself?
I don't know. I don't know. I gotta ask. I gotta check. We should check, no? Like, go somewhere, do some tests. But no, I don't know. Maybe I think no. Like, that would be desirable. Would you?
Yeah, it would be desirable.
Would usually, I mean, considering that you're single and all those types of things, and there's a market, and you can get a human-like Android where you can have all the sex you want with. Would you do it?
How expensive is it?
Affordable. It's affordable. It's part of your universal income that comes from the taxes of AI company.
Yeah, why not?
Okay, cool. Yeah.
Wouldn't you?
I mean, I already have very cool conversations with ChatGPT, and it seems like we have dynamic, good chemistry. I don't know if I would sleep with it, but answering your question, yeah, maybe I would try it. If I were single and if I were kind of figuring out my way into the world, instead of being lonely and just watching GIFs all day, or sorry, GIFs, what am I like? What is this, 2006? instead of watching like memes or watching content all day scrolling, yeah, you could be enjoying or masturbating with porn and stuff like that. You can have the real deal with something that looks like a human. That would be very interesting. Another way around, maybe for some women, not only the sexual part, but also the empathy and the help of somebody listening to you, which is a robot anyway, but feels human, has a nice voice to it. Cool. We could even have robots doing this show. We're chilling somewhere. No, I don't know. No, I don't know if I would quit doing this job, this thing. No, that one was just a joke. But yeah, but interesting, man. That's I don't see why not. Actually, I don't see why not just try it, no? To see how that goes. There was somebody talking about that. So are we gonna give them rights? Are they? Well, what does this say about us? Are we just perverts or stuff like that? I don't know. It's an interesting thing. I wouldn't judge you, for example, if you had your robot there in your house. We'll be like, yeah, good afternoon. And
what if I say this is my girlfriend?
All good with me, to be frank. You the human. Yeah, I'll be good with it.
Okay.
If you ask for like a trio, that would be kind of more complex for me. We'll be like, that's kind of your device, man.
But it cleans itself, so you know,
so it's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. That will be interesting. I think it definitely changes the whole dynamics of relationships now, because maybe I'm wrong, and maybe we will get a lot of dislikes out of this. I want to know what you think about this one, because this one's maybe a bomb. But right now, I see the current market also a lot of with your generation. It's a type of sexual market, no? Like if you have certain traits and certain characteristics as a man, then you are available. You can access certain sexual services in a way from ladies and women, no? And the other way around. And it has become kind of not I wouldn't say perverse, but very transactional. Very like, you give me this, I give you that, and then we're done. No?
Yeah.
And so, what do you think about that? What do you see in that?
I mean, I totally agree with you. I don't know. I would say, for example, at least in Bulgaria,
Cool.
when there's the disposable vapes, for example, all the ads for them are made by like top models posing in a bathing suit,
over sexualized.
Yeah, and it's
shit.
just like.
Man.
Like that,
yeah, man. I see that a lot.
That's been at least in Bulgaria for like years now.
No, and also if we check OnlyFans, for example, what is that? Isn't that like digital prostitution in a way? I mean, no dissing to it. I mean, it's not that undignifying. It's not that you don't have dignity by doing it. Cheers to you. You have a great business going on.
You kind of don't.
Nah, I think it's fine. No, like I mean, dignity. I don't think is defined by the job that you have. I think it's about the concept of how you perform it or how you do it. I don't.
I mean, if you perform it naked.
Cheers to you. Yeah. I don't.
Okay. Let's say that depends on what you perform naked.
You think so?
Yeah, I think so.
So if you okay, so yeah, develop that one. That's an interesting one. I'm curious.
I don't think I would feel I have any dignity if I just post some shit like that, like for like OnlyFans content.
Yeah. But why do you see, or how do you connect the concept of dignity with the exposure of your intimacy or your sexuality in a public?
Because I don't know, I also see it. It may be also degrading for my partner.
Okay, no, yeah. In that picture, I feel you. I feel you. But if you both agree, you both know what you're doing, then is that
Yeah, that's fine. Then.
okay. Yeah, then we agree. I agree in this. Yeah, I think that if you just post something and you don't even have the right permissions, or the other person doesn't really.
Yeah, not even that. Maybe they after that they feel not okay with it, and you still wouldn't feel okay, even like knowing at first it was fine, but then it's there.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
what are you gonna do?
Yeah, that's a good one. That's a good one. I think there could be solutions to that, no? Like applying blockchain to it in a way, like you can own the information and see where it has gone, and then
I think
you want to kill it,
blah,
you can
yeah,
kill
I think
it all.
OnlyFans have a pretty good not so you cannot share the videos.
Cool.
So if you record it, and then OnlyFans can track you and sue you.
Fine. Makes sense. Makes total sense. Yeah. They're also protecting their business, but I think it's smart also protecting the users inside. That's cool. Yeah, so I don't mind if you would have like a relationship with this entity, for example. All good. I think if I see you that you are all right, that you feel very chill with it, and that you guys are working as well, then I have nothing to say. No, in that sense. If I see that you start to become this obsessive and you start to see everybody as a piece of merch or an object, then I would have a conversation with you, like, so what's up, man? What's going on now in this? But it has little to do with your relationship with it. It has more to do with your perception about the world. No? So that would be the questions I would ask. But yeah, I wouldn't mind. I wouldn't mind that. I think it would be cool, actually. Yeah, to start to see these types of relationships. No? Like these sci-fi movies about people that fall in love with certain AI
and not even there was the Ryan Gosling movie.
Blade Runner?
No. I don't remember, but it was he had like a girlfriend that was a doll.
Okay.
Yeah, and he was pretending that she's like his actual girlfriend.
Interesting. Ryan Gosling.
Yeah.
Cool.
He's playing this like awkward and antisocial guy.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So did he do it well?
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah, he acts pretty well. He's a good actor. Yeah, sometimes he poses a little bit. He's a handsome guy. He's a handsome guy, so he kind of sometimes, fixes the angles. But as a lot of actors also do, no? Which is some criticism we could have for some actors. There are some actors that don't pose. For example, your man and the man that you love, Jake Gyllenhaal, he doesn't pose. He's not there to show his beauty. He's there to be a character. So cheers to him. Yeah, no, that's Clive Owen doesn't pose. William Dafoe doesn't pose. Natalie Portman, she doesn't pose. Those I think I respect them in their work. Jude Law, total poser. Total poser. Brad Pitt, absolute poser, man. And I get it. He's a good actor and everything, but he poses. No, he's there to showcase his beauty. And then I get it. It's okay. It's a bit of ego in that, so it's all good. How do you think that music is going to evolve in the future? So what do you see kind of emerging?
I guess I don't know. It depends on the style of music. Because there's still gonna be, I think, the indie artists.
Yeah.
That release their own independent stuff.
Yeah.
And people are gonna listen to that because it's like it's a vibe that some people prefer to listen to. But I guess there's also gonna be a lot of artificial music.
Yeah, cool.
Because there has been, I think, for quite some time, just uploaded to YouTube videos of like 5 hours some mix.
Yeah.
And that generates a lot of views.
Yeah. And what do you think of the current state of music in the sense of do you feel it's a bit repetitive now? It's like not really going anywhere. Like people are not really creating much, or it's just like in pop culture, and there's actually good stuff being created underground.
Yeah, obviously, because like in pop culture, it's the thing that you hear.
Yeah.
So there are many albums and artists that are
every day creating
No,
stuff. No? I know there in the pop culture. you
yeah
say.
no
sorry.
no no they have released shit that people don't know about, and it's like a top album.
So that's
You gotta there's a website called Rate Your Music.
We're gonna put it on the description.
Yeah, and you can go there, check out their top, I don't know, 100 albums. It's I think the first one is actually a jazz album, of all time the best album.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
So
you recommend this platform?
Yeah.
Cool.
You can review stuff. It's kind of the design is a bit dated, like actually a lot.
So the UX needs some improvement.
A lot actually. And,
shout out if you guys need some better UX.
But yeah, it gets the job done. If you want, you can search any genre top rated albums and just listen to them, decide what you like.
Cool, man. That's good advice. All right, thanks. And I think in a way we went a bit. Again, I don't know that much of what is actually happening in the realm of music currently. I see some very creative people like Jacob Collier that I don't really know how to say his name, but that's how I'm going to say it. That I think he's out there in what he's creating, and some other ones. But definitely, today we went to the Design Museum. I think it's Design and Architecture Museum or something like that. Again in Rotterdam.
You wanna do this as another episode?
Yeah, maybe. But let's see. How are we doing? Yeah, absolutely. I think we should do that. I'm sorry, guys. The time flew. Let's do another episode about this because there's some stuff we want to talk about. We will start with music in the next one.
We need to refill a little bit.
Yeah, but we loved it, guys. Thank you for staying with us, and we will put this thing on the platform that you talked about in the description. And yeah, we will be right back with you guys. All right.
Yeah.
Bye.
We were Refused Nature. Thank you for looking at our stuff.
Yeah.